Hey guys, welcome to my brand new channel, Flynn Sisters Home and Lifestyle. My name is Jessica Flynn, and some of you might know me from my old channel, Flynn Sisters Boutique, where we do a lot of resin crafting and epoxy tumblers. And while that's definitely my number one passion, home decor and interior design is a close second. So I really wanted to open this channel and share all my ideas for attainable home design and cleaning and organizational tips, honest product reviews, and more as I continue to grow my content on this new channel. We've gotten so much support already, and I haven't even uploaded my first video, so thank you guys so much. In this first video, I want to show you how I created this leopard print wall that you see behind me. It was super quick and easy and made such a big impact as an accent wall and really inexpensive. I'm going to have all the products that you see in this video listed and linked down below in the description box. So that's enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so step one is definitely coffee. This is my home office, and I have this big blank wall in here, and I thought leopard print would be a fantastic idea to create a accent wall in here. So first we're going to get all of the furniture and everything out of my way, and then I wipe down my wall with just a dry microfiber cloth. I got the entire wall, even up along the ceiling. Normally I would use TSP to cleanse the wall, but I just had these walls painted not too long ago, so I just didn't feel the need to do that. After I got that wall all cleaned up, I masked off the baseboard here with some thick painter's tape, and then I used the overlap of my painter's tape to attach my drop cloth. I'm just using some regular, like, cheap plastic drop cloth that I got at the hardware store. Once I got everything masked off, I removed that outlet cover plate and then masked off the outlet just in case. I'm not doing like any heavy duty painting here, but you never know. All right, once we've got everything masked off, we're ready to start painting. The color that I already had on my wall was Snowbound by Sherwin-Williams in a satin finish. And the paint that we're gonna be using for our leopard print is Quaint Peche or something by Sherwin-Williams in a flat finish. And we're going to be using a 2-inch angled brush. Super important that we have it angled. Poured some of the paint into like a solo cup, and then I started at the very top corner of the room and sort of laid out my first few spots, which I think is the hardest part, because this is where you're going to determine your like average spot size and the distance between each spot. You want to make sure that all your spots are kind of around the same size, and the distance between spots is very important as well. I'm using some very basic strokes with my paintbrush, and you want to make sure that you load your paintbrush but also don't have too much paint on there, because we don't want any drips. So you definitely want to remove all the excess paint from your brush before you move on to the wall. It might be helpful to practice on, say, like a cardboard box or something first, just so you can get a feel for how these paint strokes are going to be once you get onto the wall. These are really basic paint strokes that we're doing, and I'm letting the angle of that brush do most of the work. I wanted more of like a fuzzy leopard print, so in other words, the sides of the spots weren't completely smooth. They were a little bit kind of sketched in a way. I don't know how to articulate that. All right, so anyway, I really just went around and freehanded this, and it's a lot easier than you think to freehand leopard print. I think if you had a printout of a print that you liked on hand that you can reference as you're painting this, but really once you get going with it, it just sort of takes on a life of its own, and you can easily see what variations of shapes and combinations of the spots look best. Anytime I'm painting leopard spots, I'm looking for a few different shapes. You've got like a parentheses shape, a C shape, a C shape with a dot in the middle, or you have an O shape, or it's just like 3 standalone dots, or it's just like an O shape. And really, I'm just making different variations of those same shapes and also positioning them in different directions, if that makes sense. I use leopard print on a lot of my tumblers when I'm making cups on my other craft channel, so I have a little bit of practice with this, but I promise you, once you get the first few down, you'll start to see this really isn't that hard. Up doing the first coat on this wall in about 27 minutes or so. And after that, I let the first coat dry for about 30 minutes or so, and then I went directly over the spots for a second coat. When I went in for the second coat, I tried to fix any mistakes that I might have made the first time around. It does help if you have some of the background paint on hand in case you make any mistakes or boo-boos. Also, maybe have a wet rag on hand if you need to wipe something off in case you get a drip or what have you. Kind of a close-up of what it looks like when I'm actually creating the spot, and you can see I'm just making really short kind of pushes or strokes with my brush to create like the main shape, and then I would add any kind of little shapes around it or next to it that made sense. And again, all I'm really doing is creating different shapes and orientations of those few basic shapes, like the C, the parentheses, the C with the dot inside. All right. And if you really like analyze the print, you can definitely see that it's really just a series of those few shapes. Okay. So here I am going through and doing the second coat and any kind of touch-ups. This also took about 27 minutes. Yes, I did time myself. So all in all, the painting itself only took about an hour for both coats. I did go back for a third time later on that night just to double check and see if there's anything that I wanted to fill in or that needed better coverage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was really easy. I just kind of jumped in and went for it. Like I said earlier in the video, I think if you wanted to project a pattern onto the wall and paint it in that way, that would be cool too. I can't imagine that this would have been any faster or easier with a stencil or penciling it in or anything like that. So just jump in, give it a shot. You guys, let me know what you thought about this video in the comments. Please be kind. This is my first video ever like this. I've done many videos on my other channel, but I'm really nervous sharing this with you guys. So be cool, please. And if you liked my video, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss a new upload. I don't have like an official schedule yet for this channel, so you're gonna want to see when we get those uploads in. But anyway, I just love this. Here's the before on this office. It was just really plain and blah, but it gets beautiful daylight. Here's the after, everything put together. That flat paint against the satin white is just so striking in the day and the nighttime. I love it. And I will also be doing a video on how we applied this floral wallpaper on the other side of the wall. I just love the contrast of the floral with the leopard. It's my absolute favorite. This office is 100% me. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I can't wait to see you again.